Café Anyway. That's Mike. How are we doing today?
It's Mike's Daddy Podcast.
That's the name of the show, is that, and it is Mike Matthews here at Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's really exciting because I'm having on today on episode 2797 a display of cool people going to be on my podcast, and that's the end of this fantastic, very relevant, very current events driven type song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Here in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopicas. We're going to handle all kinds of topicas
Mike's
and have a little bit of
Daily
fanning,
Podcast.
fanboy, fangirl-ing, fanning, not Dakota Fanning, but having some fantastic times enjoying a fan story about somebody that I used to know in the lovely area of Ventura County. We're talking Ventura, Oxnard, Camarillo. And it's funny, here in the Bay Area, I work for a company that is located, that's headquartered in Camarillo, a radio company. They own a bunch of radio stations across the country. And most of the radio stations that this company owns, I don't think the person the celeb that we're all excited about in this podcast, I don't think he would care much for those radio stations. But that's just, at any rate, it's celebrities. It's enjoying talented people and having a laugh. And my lovely lady friend is here. And she's going to be enjoying talking to my good old friend, Irene Pena. She's not old, but she is a friend that I've known a long time. So in that way, we say they're from way back, from the olden days in Ventura County. So we'll talk a little bit about that and some of the interesting things that happened to her, a very interesting story that happened to her.
And here's today's podcast picture.
It's a podcast picture from Bremerton, Washington, which is where I was, 13 years ago? It was 2011. And that's where I did not see Irene Pena there, but I saw her in Seattle. No, I saw her in Ballard. And I see she's here now at Café Anyway. Hello, Irene. Welcome back. It's been a long time.
It's been too long. There's so much to say and do.
And you've been playing music since the last time we spoke to you, and
oh goodness,
a lot.
In some way, shape, or form, in not the real outdoors way, but like I've been streaming a lot.
You've been streaming. What does that mean?
So, I found a home on Twitch.
But you're not are you a gamer?
No, I'm a music streamer.
and I always thought Twitch was just for gamers.
That's what we all thought.
But that's not true.
Well, it's not true for me because my husband does gaming on there sometimes. He did.
Wait, and your husband's name Dave?
Well, no.
Tom?
What? No.
Carl?
That would be. So this is the weird thing about Twitch, and I have a feeling that my Twitch viewers are going to watch this, or listen to this.
Oh, good. I'll have at least one listener. That's good.
Oh my gosh, there's going to be so many more because we're going to play it probably on stream.
Oh, this better be good then. We better do good here. We got to do better.
I know. Let's clean up this act. So,
let's take it on the road.
On Twitch, if you're listening right now, you'll know my husband as Great Hippo Gaming.
Great Hippo Gaming. Okay.
Yeah. And then we can talk about his other name, his life name, his daddy name, as like in offline.
Wait.
Totally. I get just like I'm lovely lady friend on the podcast.
Yeah, you have to protect the innocent.
Anonymity.
Yes.
Even David Bowie wasn't really David Bowie. He was like Davy Jones or something. And Sting is actually Gordon Sumner. And you gotta protect yourself.
Exactly like David Bowie and Gordon Sumner.
And you remember I used to be Matt Michaels.
Well, yeah, we were discussing that at dinner today.
With who?
We were like, with my great hippo.
Hippo, great.
We were discussing which one it really is. And I said, well, when I met him, I just started saying all the names. Michael, Matthew, Michaels.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And
just to cover everything.
In fact, on my calendar today, it says MMMM. And I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing.
So that's 4 M's. Isn't there?
Yeah.
And there was a company called 3M, so I'm going to be 4M.
You're 4M. And does lovely lady know why all that?
Does she know that I was Matt Michaels on the radio?
Yeah.
Yes. I may have even played her some of the K-Hey days.
Yes.
And I actually played her some of the Y97 days. That was late 80s. That's when I was first on the radio. I was like 20-something.
I love the 80s.
Oh, I'm playing like, Dire Straits and all of them. Paula Abdul. I don't know if I was playing the Bangles. I probably was.
Well, yeah, you have to. I don't know if you have to, but some people don't want to, but that's okay.
Well, I know you love the Bangles, and
I do, and they loved on me for a little bit.
They did?
Yeah, they shared one of my videos on their official Bangles Facebook page.
Wow. What?
Yeah, and I got a notification like a couple days after, like I missed the entire thing, and they tagged me and everything because I thought it was just spam, I thought it was just like fake news. And it wasn't, because then I saw that they shared it and I was like out of my mind.
Stoked, yeah.
Oh, it was so great. I wish I did a better video for them, but they shared it anyway.
I thought I was listening to the Bangles just then, but I was listening to a little bit of your song called Must Have Been Good. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
You have a new one called Shimmer, though.
Shimmer Away. I have it. It's not very new, but it's the newest original that I've released.
But Must Have Been Good was 7 years ago.
It was.
Wow. That was
yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Oh, I was actually playing shows. I have to drop another name.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Drop away.
We opened for Air Supply in 2019.
No, you met what's his name? Russell and Graham. Russell Hitchcock is the lead singer, isn't it? I think.
Well, I think they kind of co-sing, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. But making love out of nothing at all. I think that's Russell.
Yeah.
Wow, what was that like?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was so great. They were so nice, and I didn't ask. I just hugged, and then it was awesome. It was such a good night. It was the night. It was my birthday eve, 2019.
Oh wow!
And we got 2 weeks notice, to play the show at Tulalip Casino.
Oh my God.
Name drop again. And then
wait. Every time you do that, I got to do this.
Yikes. Okay. I love it. I love having the sounds.
Well,
Even though they sound warbles, that's okay.
okay. So what was their hug like?
Well, so this is the deal. They had a really great stage manager. And so after I hugged him, the first tall guy, he had not put his guitar on yet. So I gave him a great big hug. And as you know, stage lights, you have to wear makeup, as you know, right? As you know.
Well, that's right. We all know.
Well, I did. So I had face makeup, his jacket, his jacket.
Oh.
So,
Oops.
that's okay, though, because stage manager was there to the rescue and wiped it all off right before putting the guitar on him. And he was so gracious. And he asked us, after our set, he asked us, like how the audience was. Did you warm them up? You know, how were they out there? And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's asking me.
That's somebody I work with went to their local show in Sacramento. I wonder if it was the same tour, but wow.
Oh, well, if it was in 2019, I'm sure so. And they have such, like, when you think Air Supply, a lot of people think, like, oh, this is going to be like a downer show because it's so sad and like just ballads. Oh my gosh, it rocked so hard, like Vegas style.
Really?
Yes. Like, look up the footage from any of the 2019 shows, and or I can share the videos that I took that night from the sound check. They rock so hard, and from the show. They rock so hard. Like, they rock harder than in any band I've ever been in.
What? What? And you know what? Lovely lady friend, I saw Irene Pena on the Sunset Strip. Oh, we got it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you played at the Whiskey A Go-Go?
I did.
With your band Pink Slip.
I did.
And that's the day we ran into, what's his name? Stephen Collins.
Yes.
The infamous Stephen Collins from Seven.
Got in trouble.
Seventh Heaven. Yeah, he got in trouble with, there was some bad things he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With,
Don't do those things.
Don't do those things, yes. So, but we did talk to him real quickly, and I brought up Tales of the Gold Monkey, which I think was one of his first TV shows that I think you can see clips of on YouTube now. But yeah, he seemed really nice. But little did we know what was going on.
Yeah, we took pictures with him that night. Well, the band did, I know. I know that. And
then you guys rocked the Whiskey A Go-Go, where Elton John. If you see Rocket Man, it shows him when he first played there.
Yeah.
And wow, memories. Didn't we go over to the guitar?
Memories, so many memories.
And we went over to that Guitar Center, which is infamous as well. With your nephew, I think.
Yep.
Wow.
My little kid nephew is a grown man.
Is he a musician too?
Yes, he is. He's very good. I have a music video of his as well.
Wait, what's his band?
Oh, no, it's just his name. It's just Joseph Schmitz. It's just his name.
Joseph Schmitz?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Schmidt. Schmitta?
Schmitz with a Z.
With a Z. Oh, okay.
That's, like he's from the streets. No, not that.
The lady that I grew up with someone named Christine Schmidt, and she married Brian Setzer, so I got to go to the Brian Setzer wedding in the 90s. Name dropping.
We're dropping names left and right.
I know. That was in Altadena. I told lovely lady friend all about this, and yeah, he played a little music with a band called Royal Crown Review, I think is what they were called, some swing band. But that's right before he took off with Jump, Jime, and Wail. But we got to get to the really interesting story about someone that I'm a huge fan of, Greg Proops. And lovely lady.
Are you?
I am.
Like how?
I used to, every morning, I used to have a job where I'd have to get up super, super early and be a board operator producer for a radio show in the Bay Area. And I'd get up and every week I would listen to Greg Proops, the Smartest Man in the World podcast. And it was, I'd have to listen to the whole thing. It was usually like 2 hours long. And it was just fascinating because he was with a group of people, you know, the audience, and they'd ask him questions and he'd always say something funny and he'd drink a lot of vodka and vodka flavored vodka.
He always sounds like he's drinking vodka. You know, he has a book, the smartest book in the world.
Oh, okay. And I was telling lovely lady friend who didn't really know who he was that he was on Whose Line Is It Anyway, that improv show with Drew Carey.
But all the way back to BBC.
That's right. He was on the BBC eons ago.
Yeah.
And he actually was born, I think, in the Bay Area, like in San Carlos or San Bruno somewhere.
Oh, I'd have to stalk him a little bit more to know that.
So wait, what's your Greg Proops story?
Oh my gosh, I don't even, it's really, I mean, I love him. Okay. So it's really a me story. It starts out as a me story and becomes very much a Greg Proops story.
Okay, let's start with the you story.
The me story is that I was binge watching Whose Line and all of its like shows that came off of it on Netflix. So they did iterations in Vegas and they did iterations like with Drew Carey, and then they did like Colin and Brad Sherwood, and you know, if you know the cast, then the rotating cast, then you'd know like they kind of like did various versions with Ryan Stiles and just all different versions. So imagine me in December 2023 just watching these YouTubes or Netflix or either way, and I'm just sitting there going through my phone looking at Ticketmaster and finding out that they are still live. They're still doing a show called Who's Live Anyway.
Oh, that's right. Who's Live isn't any? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're coming to Seattle in April.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the big deal. So I'm like, these people on the screen in my bedroom are coming to Seattle. I have to go. I have to go to the Move Theater. The hitch is that I had some medical trouble and I wasn't walking at the time.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So the Irene story is that I had to physical therapy the S out of myself in order to be able to at least get to that. Well, you know, husband was going to get me there, but we were going to make it a date night anyway.
Yes.
But I would have to walk into the theater, the Moore Theater, and I'd have to, you know me, my personality, I wanted to get on stage. So between December and April, I actually had forgotten I got the ticket. And I was like so entrenched in my physical therapy over the months and other medical problems that I kind of forgot that we were going on this date in April. We had to get a babysitter, all these things. And then Ticketmaster reminded me, and I'm like, holy geez, what am I going to do? I still am kind of, like, I had a temporary disabled pass, and I'm still kind of sketchy. So I practiced walking, like, all around the house and doing my physical therapy exercises, and I'm like, I have to practice walking in actual shoes. Like, I don't do that because I work from home. So it's not a real world kind of situation. And I'm not super outdoorsy, despite my living in Seattle. So I put on like these 90s style platform boots.
Oh my gosh.
And I walk around, I go outside, I come back inside 1,000 steps later, I walk around upstairs, downstairs, and I'm like, I'm going to rock these boots.
Wow.
Because I'm going to see who's live on Saturday. So I take myself through the week, and I exercise myself and I pick my outfit, and I'm like, I'm going to meet these people, and it's going to be grand, and they're going to love me. And then day of the event comes. I don't think there's more to the story to that. So
that is a lot, though. That is a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. So, as you know, in Seattle, parking is at a premium. Like, you gotta park, you gotta walk and park, and park and walk. So, and pay. So we had dinner plans at a sushi restaurant here, and I walked the wrong way to meet my husband.
Oh no!
From the parking lot, it all looks the same. It's a grid, okay? And so I walk us the wrong way. So
this sounds like something lovely lady friend would do. She'd get
It's easy. It's easy to do. And so when everything's a number and some random name, you just don't know.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh. So then I say, okay, well, I hope I saved enough of my walking
energy.
Energy to get back to the correct way to the restaurant. So I'm not hustling at this point. I'm just like carefully taking my steps. I have to hang on to my husband, and and so I'm not like crippled. I'm just like not. I'm scared. I'm just scared of all the uneven pavement and just everything around.
Yeah, you're not used to it.
Yeah, and cars. Cars. So we make it. We make it to the restaurant. They get us in at the bar. We sit down and have an awesome dinner. What's up, Papanetza? You're an awesome restaurant. And there's a name drop.
Oh.
And then, there it is. And then we, there's this, so a little bit more of me. I timed the medications that are supposed to be helping me with all this stuff. So I had like the most coverage for the show.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually take the pill that helps me the most with dinner and with a glass of approved wine. They say it calms you down, right? So I calm down with my wine and my sushi and this magic pill. And sounds cheesy and horrible. And then it's time to walk back to the parking lot. So, because we're done with this part of the situation. So then, we get in the car, we drive not too far, and what is the rest of that song? We drive all night and we see a light, comes right down and lands on the ground. Okay, never mind, 80s. That was Blondie.
That was Blondie?
Yep.
What?
Drop. Okay.
What?
Another one.
What Blondie song? That's not The Tide is High, is it?
No, that was Rapture.
Rapture. Oh, that's right. Now you're eating cars and you're eating. Yeah. Okay.
Now he only eats the cars. Okay.
Okay.
So we're in the car safely. Now we have to find the parking lot for the show, which is like we circled the theater, I don't know, 5 times before we landed on a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is why I don't go to concerts anymore. Is that parking is annoying.
It's horrible. It's horrible. We should all. I don't know if we should Uber to everywhere, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
So we finally land on the parking place that we're going to use, and we pay for. Or we don't pay yet, but we park in the handicap parking because I can, and I had flat shoes on. Okay.
Oh, no boots yet.
No boots yet.
I didn't change into those until I was in the garage because I'm smart and my shoes fit in my purse. So, remember all of this information, everybody. And then, so then I put my big boots on, made my big black boots in an old suitcase, and I go ahead and start walking with my husband down the elevator, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. It's not too bad. We're not running to the show at this point. We're just walking, and it's drizzling a little bit, but it's okay because it's Seattle.
And at this point, Irene, is that the most is that the most movement you've had? Because I heard you say you work from home, so this is a lot going on, a lot to navigate. And so I'm curious, is that okay? So this was a big deal.
This is like all of therapy. Okay, a little more, Irene. So the type of therapy that I had been told to do is exposure therapy. And so basically, it's like do what you're most afraid of every day.
Yep. You had a little fear hierarchy.
Oh my gosh. And so if antidepressants and anxieties worked for me, that'd be great. But they don't work for me. So I have to have a glass of wine.
Hey, you do what works.
So that's where I am right now with being at the front of the Moore Theater. We're entering with our tickets.
Wow.
And I'm in my big black boots. There's all these people around, and exposure therapy is more than just the activity. It's taking in all the sights,
right?
And being used to being around people, and I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
So everything is very stimulating, very exciting. So, and like at some places, I have to wear sunglasses in order not to be cool, but in order to like take it all in.
Yeah.
With just a little bit between me and all of the craziness. But luckily, so I walk in and everything's copacetic. Then I purposely bought 4th row tickets so that I was close enough to the stage to like possibly be chosen to go on stage. Yeah.
You had a plan.
But in order to do this, you gotta walk down grade, like down not a steep hill, but a hill. You got to walk downwards. And that is problematic in any type of heel for any type of person, I think, unless you're like Taylor Swift. And I'm not. And name drop. Okay. And then, so I'm walking, and I slow down for this grade.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, I get to the, little area that they're like, well, what are your tickets? Like, where are your tickets? And I say, I'm in the fourth row. And they're like, you may enter. And then it's more of a grade. Like, it's even steeper
Oh my
than
gosh.
what I had just done to get to where we are. And
Oh my gosh. And your husband
So-
is next to you.
yes, the whole time,
Okay.
of course. So,
Did you have like a death like grip on him?
yes, he described it. If he was here, he would describe it. But it's like a little alien, like tugging on you, like in, like little spurts of energy, like just scared, or like
Yeah. Yeah.
some sort of little tiny creature that is tugging on the arm of a 6-foot person.
Oh my goodness.
It's just if you were to actually see it, you'd feel bad for the both of us.
Oh my goodness.
So, oh my gosh. Okay. So we get to our seats. I gracefully walked into the floor. We were in seats 3 and 4. I was in seat 3, closest to the aisle, because I know I'm going to go on stage. And I see that there's stairs up to the stage, so that freaks me out. So
Oh gosh.
then I just get ready for the show, and they're playing like disco music, and we're dancing in the audience, kind of in our chairs. And then the lights go down, and I'm very excited the whole time. I'm just excited for a night of laughter. You know, like
Yeah.
what better thing to be to have a full night of laughter. Like
Yeah.
it's great. So just knowing that, I felt better already. So and we didn't really know how it was formatted. So it was all unveiling in front of us. So their pianist, that accompanies them to a lot of their shows. His name is Bob. Oh my goodness, Bob.
It's
His
Bob?
name is Bob. Yep. And he comes out and he plays some wonderful music for the crowd, and we're all excited. We're just so excited, and like the great hippo next to me is playing it down. Like, I'm not excited. I'm just on date night, and this is unveiling before my eyes. And let's see. And so the very first person to come out on stage and be introduced is Mr. Greg Proops.
Yay.
And I'm so excited, and he's jumping around and spinning around, and he's got his suit on and looking fancy, and got his signature glasses and everything you expect out of Greg Proops, just a wonderful energy and just everything you imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that in your brain. And then, so he introduces everybody else on the team. And it just escalates because he makes all these Seattle references and just everything from, and Ryan Stiles is a Bellingham native, so he's from the area, and he opened an improv club in Bellingham, actually.
Oh.
I'm sharing a lot of information. Okay. So,
shout out to the Bellingham people.
And everybody on Who's Live. So Ryan Stiles is the last of the troupe to come out, but Jeff Davis is there, and Joel. Oh my gosh, no! Don't forget his name. Joel. Okay.
Joel.
I have to. Yes, Joel.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Joel from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Murray. It has to be Murray.
It is. Joel Murray.
Okay. Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you, Joel. Yes. Shout out. So Joel Murray comes out on stage, and he is wonderful. He's like, if you were to not rank the performers, but he was just like everything you want to have in, I guess, an improv partner. They picked a great person to be on stage with. So that's that, and then we're in the show, and I raise my hands. I'm very small, so they can't see me.
And Joel is he? He's Bill Murray's brother, isn't he?
Is that true?
Is that right?
Don't lie.
He kind of looks like Bill Murray. Oh.
Come on. I know he has an older brother.
He's, let's see. He and his brothers own a country-themed club-themed restaurant in the Murray Brothers Caddy Shack, run by his brother Andy, named after the 1980 comedy film that starred his brothers Bill and Brian.
Huh.
And Brian Murray wrote, Brian Doyle Murray.
He's Joel Murray.
Yeah, he wrote Caddyshack. And he's in Wayne's World. And but Brian Doyle Murray, I don't know if Joel Murray is. Joel Murray was in Mad Men. That's right.
Huh.
Oh, he played like a really sad character in Mad Men. Well, they were all sad characters in Mad Men, but okay.
Yeah.
So how did you get on stage, though?
He has a Joel Murray, but I don't know that this is the Joel Murray we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just say it's not, for the sake of me not knowing.
Okay, let's just say Mike gave us all that backstory, that colorful black story for nothing. Anyway, back to you.
Oh, wait. I do need to look at one little tiny ounce of information.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Was it that little beep?
We're good.
You're not going to give that information?
We're not telling lies.
No.
You're not? Okay. You're not giving that information.
But no lies are happening. So,
okay.
So a show is going on. I'm raising my hands for all of the things, but other people are getting on stage. And I'm like, this is a 90-minute show. Mm-hmm. So things need to happen fast if I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I have boots on, like I have to do this. And so I work it, and it doesn't happen.
Oh.
Like, I enjoy the heck out of the show, though. Like, I'm really pleased that I laughed so hard that my voice hurt, and just everything, when your cheeks hurt from, from laughing and smiling. And that should be the problem you have every day.
Yes.
So,
laughter's the best medicine.
It is.
It really is. So so they concluded the show with a hoedown. You can believe it.
And the piano player and everything.
everything, and they did music, and they did just a lot of the games that you'd be familiar with from the show, all the different shows, and they asked for suggestions, and you got to yell stuff at them, and I'm gonna say, Seattle, you weren't very good at representing Seattle. I'm not afraid to say it because we just did not bring our A game with Seattle information.
I think the people from Seattle should drink something that's a black substance that I think came from Seattle. It's hot, and you drink it in the morning. Maybe a little bit of that.
Nobody talked about Starbucks. It was insane, and like people shouted out like alpaca farms and weed, and that's how they represented Seattle. And I was so disappointed in the way that the scenes played out. Not by the actors, but by the comedians, that because of what they were given, and they're so good at improv, but like the stuff that they empowered them with was just kind of let down.
And I
Had
think
I been on stage with them, they would have had no problem.
I'm sure the word weed is used several times a night with their show.
Oh yeah. It was plenty. I think they ended the show on crystal meth. So,
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a great show. Like they weren't doing crystal meth, but they referenced it.
See, pot is a gateway drug. It leads to crystal meth. Always.
No.
So, you guys, with the subtle disappointment of me not being on stage, but me being okay with it because it was a great night, we kind of canvassed after the lights went up. Canvassed like the area around me because I can't walk very well in my boots. And I wanted to give everybody, I wanted everybody to give me space to walk. That's what I wanted. And so everybody was kind of leaving in the opposite direction of the way we were going to. So we just sat down for a while, which was great. And I said to my husband, my hippo, I said, I didn't get a photo of the theater, and this is a gorgeous theater. I'm going to go do that. He's like, yeah, you go do that. Uninterested, right? And so I walk up to the front of the stage, and when I do, let me describe that my head is probably at the bottom of the stage, like that's how tall it is. Like about 5 feet, and I'm not that, so I'm just around. So I turn around and I face my camera at the seating areas and all of the architecture and painting and all of that, and I take a picture that way. And I look behind me, and Greg Proops is saying hello to somebody at the edge of the stage. But it's not me. But I get in there. And so if you can imagine, I don't know if you can imagine, but I raise my hands up as high as they can go, which is not very high, and he's kind of a tall guy. And I say, I swear to you, I couldn't think of anything else to say, but Mr. Greg Proops. That's what I said. And it was proper because it was accurate, but I don't know if that's really what I wanted to say. So I added to it. And he put his hands down in the direction of, the floor, because that's where I was. I was at his feet. And that's like Mike, you're a tall guy, and if you had to bend down to shake hands with somebody at your feet, it's maybe a little uncomfortable, especially if you're in a suit.
Yeah.
Although it was probably a tailored suit and very nice and comfy. And so I make the man do this, and I say, Mr. Greg Proops. And then I said, what a wonderful show that, it was tonight. And I felt very confident and happy with my choice in words at this point. And he smiled, and he said, thank you. And that was kind of it. We didn't introduce, I didn't say my name, I didn't say anything. It was just kind of like, this is what it was going to be. That was going to be my night. Mm-hmm. And I turned around to my husband, and I give him a thumbs up. I did it. And then, oh my goodness, Greg Proops, Mr. Greg Proops, starts walking down the steps of the stage, and I'm like, wait, what have I done? He gets accosted by fans and seemingly people he knew, so I was okay with it. I was okay with that. And so I just kind of wait by the stage, and I'm still making some weird hand gestures to my husband, be ready with your camera, and point it at that guy, and all of these crazy signals to make this happen. Because I'm inching my way now towards Mr. Greg Proops and all of the people surrounding him.
Yeah.
So I find an opening, and I say, and he's clearly taking selfies with either people he knows or people that want selfies.
Yeah.
And so I inch my way over, and I say, are you taking photos with people? And he said, sure. Oh. And he called me Angel.
Aww.
No. And he was calling everybody Angel.
But that's okay. You felt special.
I totally did. And I was. And I am.
Yes.
So I told Mr. Greg Proops, I said, could you look over at that man over there? That's my husband. He's going to take a picture of it. And he said, hey, he put his arm around me, and he said, of course. And he smiled for the camera like a nice guy would. And I just smiled because it was like the greatest thing happening to me at that moment. And forever. And so that moment happened, and then I did not expect this at all. My husband comes and walks up, and I'm like, no, we have, that's it. We can't take a bit more time. And he reaches in for a handshake, like a real man handshake, and he shakes his hand. And he says, I've been watching you since the BBC version in the 90s, claiming that he's clearly younger than me and just giving away all this information. But it's cool. And he said, thanks, buddy. Think about it. And so he said, thanks, buddy. And he shook his hand, and that was so great. This is a smile on my husband's face, and he doesn't smile a lot. So it's just so cool. And we let Mr. Greg Proops on with his evening and his fans, and that was the story of that evening. But the story continues if you'll allow.
Sure, but first let's hear a word from our sponsor, which is Proops Pooper Scoopers. Proops Pooper Scoopers. That's right. If you don't have a good scooper for your dog's droppings, you should get the Proops Pooper Scooper. Now on sale at Osh. Okay, go ahead.
You realize he may listen to this.
What? There ain't no way he's going to listen to this, so... But
If
hey, Greg, nice to.
What happened in the last few days happen, I can make this happen.
Wow. Well, anyway, that's an idea he can use. That's free. He can put his brand on there.
Do you know what his social media name is?
Is it the smartest man in the world?
It's Proop Dog.
Oh, right. I think I heard that. Yes.
You literally just made an item for him.
He's
on
probably
brand.
Already got one of those. Okay. So you're allowed to tell the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say. Who?
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, go.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay, so that was Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up on Sunday morning, and he had posted a photo of Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
thanking Seattle for the show, and he had taken a selfie on stage, and like the Thanks Seattle More Theater or something. And that is out there for everyone to see. And I'm actually in the picture in the fourth row with both my arms up. And Pippa is next to me, too. So there's evidence that all of this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And my message to him about that was, I have to look it up because I don't want to get it wrong. It's very important how this all went down. I replied to this post he made, and meanwhile, let me tell you, it has 126 likes at the current moment.
Wow.
Not my comment, but I'm sorry. The post of him and Seattle has 46 likes.
Oh.
So 46.
Uh-huh.
And that's decent for people.
Right. More than anything I've ever gotten.
And I said in one of the 3 replies it got, which is crazy to me, I said, just because you saved my life, see Instagram, send my hugs to Ryan, Jeff, and Joel. Now, that got 7 likes, but none by him. So I'm like, my Sunday is dead to me. So then I go over, he's a popular person and personality. So maybe he lives on Facebook. Maybe that's just where he lives, and I have to deal with that. So I go to the Gregory Proops page, and I post where the picture on Facebook has 24 likes, and I post kind of a nice, like, how these humans helped me walk again, a true story. And I wrote the whole thing about buying tickets in December. I couldn't walk, blah, blah, blah. Here's me and Greg. Now, that got 2 likes with a picture of me and Greg Proops. And I'm like, you know what? This day is dead to me.
Seriously.
And then I move on to one of the other posts that he did on Instagram, and I said something that I have to look on my phone. I'm pushing buttons right now.
All right.
So I post the picture and the whole story about how they all saved my life. And then I post the follow-up where my comment to the photo was, coolest cat I met yesterday was Proop Dog down by the stage, and you'll never remember, but I'll post our photo anyway. Now that comment has 1 like. Bye, Proop Dog.
Oh, wow.
And it says Irene Pena Music, which is my username. It says Irene Pena Music, I remember.
Aww.
And I was just, my day has been saved. I can't believe it. So I post the picture on my Instagram. I posted it on Facebook. It's not getting anywhere near what it should. Like, I'm like, it's gonna go viral. But it doesn't. Like, people liked it. Like for my audience, like 50 likes is pretty good. It got like 3 of my friends, and you know, I'm good with that. And like friends of mine reached out, like you, and were like, "This is the biggest thing to happen to anybody." And I'm like, I know, right? And like people in the world of improv, like reached out to me, like friends of mine, and like, "Oh my gosh, you met Greg Proops, that is so cool." And I know, right? So then I forgot about one of the social medias. How could I? And it's Threads, the newish Instagram thread thing.
Yeah, just people. Some people use that. I'm on there.
Some people, yeah, and I truncate the message because it doesn't take as many characters, and I tag Troop Dog, who's live anyway, and Jeff Brian Davis, who's one of the comedians, and I shared the same story, just truncated because character limit. I post the beautiful picture of us, and at this very moment, the picture has 144 likes.
Wow.
It was posted 6 hours ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and he, Poop Dog, called me an angel again. He says, "You angel," and that has 81 likes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
And so all these random people are commenting whom I don't know. They're just like commenting about, like, you know, laughter is the best medicine. The TV show was the best thing ever, and all these true things. And some other random people just saying, "Good for you," and like just all this stuff. It's just all positive.
Yeah.
And I just kept posting on it, like, no, I'm not awesome. Like, these guys are awesome. Like, give them, spend a ticket on their show or whatever. So to this moment, every time I check Threads, there's at least one more like from the 6. Oh, It's at 1:45. Did
Wow.
you just like it?
No, I'm too busy doing the show.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
So anyway, isn't that crazy? That's my story.
That's amazing. And Irene, yeah, like I actually, when Mike shared the story with me yesterday, love, or
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, I was so inspired by your story, and it was so touching. I honestly I don't think I know Jeff Proops.
Greg Proops.
Greg Proops. Sorry. Oh God, I got his name. Sorry, Greg.
Joe Rogan?
Oh God, no. That I know the difference there.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Would be mighty upset. Okay.
Yeah. But I was just so touched by the story, and I would much rather hear you, Irene. And that's why I was like, oh my God, love, I would love to hear Irene and be on the podcast with you when you talk to her. Truly. Yeah, I mean, I a little background of me, I'm a mental health therapist, and so
I love it. I love it already.
Yeah, I totally appreciate the journey, and to me it just says so much about your spirit and your grit, so that I want to acknowledge and celebrate. I don't know about Mr. Greg Proops. I'm glad he does what he does, and I'm also glad that you did what you did and you're sharing it, so that was really inspiring to me. I need to be inspired and hear stories like this.
That's right.
Restores my faith in the human spirit.
Yes.
We all do.
Yes.
We all do. And it's been such a journey, a continuing journey, because there is no there's no shortage of places or situations where you can be anxious and scared and afraid of just whatever thing happened in your life. And if your medical team is not on board with a plan, like all together, then you're kind of, it's not going to work. Like, it's just not going to work. But so I guess, like, making that goal in December kind of opened up, and then going to the show and thankfully not falling on my face in front of Greg Proops.
That's amazing.
Because that would have been...
I would have done that so fast. I would have fallen on my face so fast.
Well, here's the thing, though.
I would have fallen on my face back at the sushi place.
May I share a little bit more story of this? Is this okay?
So it has to do with the sushi?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'll go back to the sushi later. So, in August of 2023, and I'll tell you all about this if you want to hear it. I have in August I host an annual fundraising event for No Kid Hungry, and it's a annual music festival on Twitch, and the first year we made $19,000.
Wow!
And in 2023 we made $46,000.
Oh
Wow.
My goodness!
Good.
Yeah, so year over year, this event has more than exceeded what I thought was even possible for music to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought that, but the power of music alone, anyway, just good for us and the kids.
Yes.
So, but the day that I was supposed to stream, guess what happened?
What?
You lost your voice?
No. I fell on the floor alone in my basement studio.
Oh, no.
Cracked open my head and was gushing blood. And and I had to be taken to the ER.
Oh my God.
So, and that's a story in itself, but that's one of the things that I'm most afraid of. They don't know if it was like a seizure or if I fainted or what happened, but in some way, shape, or form, I lost my footing. I fell, crashed into a music instrument or something, and Dexter style, blood everywhere. Like,
oh my gosh!
I still can't get it out of the carpet. It's horrible.
Oh gosh!
And I should have got on that sooner, but somebody had to fill in for me for the show, and they did, and it was all fixed up. But so I am currently afraid of going downstairs to my studio, like to Twitch or to. So I have to like super calm down to get in a space where I go downstairs, use my desk, use all the things that are down there. So I stopped playing music for months because I was so. You'll get this, lovely lady. I was so depressed that I didn't want to play music. I didn't want to engage with people on or offline. I just wanted to hide and just not be part of people. And I was so scared. Yeah,
so sorry.
My scar has healed over, everything's fine. But that was a big part of why in December I decided to like laugh more by watching the TV show. And it did. It made me laugh every stinking time I watched it. And I was like, I'm going to meet these people. I'm going to go in April. I'm going to be walking, not afraid, still afraid, but
doing it anyway. Yeah.
Then I'm going to meet these people, and I did.
Wow. Oh my God, Irene.
You did it. and your smile is lighting up the world again.
Oh my God! So you're really not kidding when you say that these guys saved your life. Like,
oh, they did. They probably saved my marriage.
Wow! Not an understatement. Yeah.
Yeah, they saved like the way that I view. The way that I view, or the way that I take on my day, I guess. You know,
that is so.
I don't know if there is an official self-care term for that other than just like taking care of yourself, or you know, because it takes a while to get back into that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well.
Oh, Irene. Well, I am so glad for you that you found it within yourself to connect with a part that still felt like you were worthy of coming back into the land of the living and connecting with all of the things that feed your spirit and that bring you meaning and make this craziness of life worthwhile. I'm glad you were able to connect with that.
Yeah, and so shout out to Who's Live Anyway, but also coming up, because me story, in those few months, a person reached out to me here in Seattle for a paid in-person show, which I haven't done since 2020.
Wow.
And I took the gig. It's in May.
Oh so my God!
That's awesome.
It's in May, and you guys have to fly up for it.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
You know what, Irene? Oh, excuse me.
Man, you have such a potty mouth.
No,
God.
go back.
Ah.
Look, We can do that. We can do that. Like your story is inspiring. We can walk. We can. You know what I mean? Like we can do
Oh
that.
my gosh, that would be a story. The walk to Seattle.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's awesome. Because I remember seeing you in Ballard, Washington, perform at that open mic. Remember, and you brought a keyboard, and I ended up not playing because I think I had to be there in person to get on the waiting list, and I wasn't there.
Yeah, and it was like they closed that place.
They did? Oh, that was such an awesome spot. Dang.
Connor Burns.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's go outside a cafe anyway. There's some characters that wanted to say hi.
Okay.
Hello, McMathews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Hi, Irene. That's a really inspirational
Oh
story.
my gosh, Chely, how are you?
I'm doing really good. And I made a snow globe in honor of you, Irene.
You did that before. How many snow globes do I have now?
Every time I talk to you, I make a snow globe. And it's called the Shimmer Away Snow Globe. And when people shake it, it plays your song.
When I reach out, you set me free.
It sounds just like that, Irene. It's like wonderful.
So it's a music one? It makes music?
When you shake it, it makes music. Mike Matthews, I'm selling it now.
That's a lot of work, but
in the gift shop, and I'm also selling Greg Proops bags. Mike Matthews.
She is such an entrepreneur.
Chely
Shoehart.
We're like best friends.
And look who else is here. Oh, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer.
Hey.
Irene, I would like to work on your house to make it more safe so that you can play music whenever
Love it
you want.
if you did, please.
I'm an engineer.
I am so scared.
You shouldn't
It's
be
like
scared because there's
Sixth
technology. I'm going to be on Twitch. I can't believe I'm going to be on Twitch. Wow. And you know, I want to tell you, you mentioned Taylor Swift like 3 hours ago when we started the conversation. And, you know, people, when they go see her, they get Taylor Swift amnesia. They go to the show and then they forget everything about the show. But you remembered everything about the show you went to.
Well, I mean, it was on Saturday.
But people just, it doesn't matter with Taylor Swift amnesia. It happens like as soon as you walk out of the building, apparently.
Well, I don't know if it's unforgettable or anything, but I have watched the Eras tour with my daughter. She's 8.
Aww. I was going to ask you about her. Yay, your daughter.
Yay, Evie.
8 years old. Dang.
I know.
What did she think about her mama putting on her big boots and getting up there?
Well, I asked
her funky boots.
Yeah.
I asked her what she thought, and she actually helped me get ready. She wanted some eyeshadow.
Oh, wow.
So she got some eyeshadow, sparkly eyeshadow.
Nice.
And we planned our outfits together.
Oh.
And I asked her what she thought after I put the boots on, and she said she liked it.
Oh my goodness. That just warms my heart. It makes my heart smile.
Aw, my heart's smiling too.
I'm glad. You guys should always have your heart smiling. If I can bring that to your lives, then my job is done.
Oh, goodness.
And where can they go to find you? This is the last part of the show where we do a plug. And we drop names. We drop website names and stuff.
Where Greg Proops can find me?
Yes.
Okay. So for recorded music, you could always go find Irene Pena on Spotify, or to benefit the artist even more would be on Bandcamp. Irene Pena on Bandcamp. Bandcamp is the way. And otherwise, find me live on Twitch with Mike Matthews.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be on.
You are.
Is that
on Irene Pena Music.
Okay.
That's the channel.
Okay, and realize I have my own channel too. I think it's called Mike Podcast. Mike, les and me, Mike Matthews. On Twitch.
Wait, let's find it.
She's so internet savvy. Hey, you remember Pam Baumgartner?
Yes.
So,
Ventura, California.
I don't think she listens to the podcast anymore. But I remember I used to, I think I would read, because she had a blog called A Couple of Things. And I would read it on the podcast, and I'd call it the Pam Baumgartner Files, because that is the most difficult word string to say if you try. Anyway, I wonder if she's listening, but she should, because didn't you work with her at the bus, or where was it at?
We were. I don't know how we met, but it was through you, and you do not exist on Twitch. I'm looking for you, and
what?
I cannot find you.
Oh, this is...
What are you? Who are you?
Twitch. I just started TikTok too. But I'm Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's fun.
Wow. As soon as I open Twitch, some stupid gamer is is trying to shoot somebody in a lighthouse.
You are looking up the wrong things.
What am I... What
Michael,
are you...
Matthew, Michael.
What are you looking up? What?
What do I look for? Mike
Podcast, I thought.
Mike.
None of your videos ever went viral.
Mike.
Mike Matthews? Mike's Daily Podcast?
Who are you? I can't have you on if I can't find you.
Oh my gosh. I thought I was on there. I just logged on the other day.
Do you play games?
No. I'm going to have to do a thing where I send it to you. Because
okay.
I have to log in, and they have a code that I got to fill out, and they emailed the code to my other email, and I got to copy that before it expires. They put so much pressure on you.
It sounds like we have a lot of work to do. But beware, when you're on my show, people are going to come in and ask you questions, and what? Yeah, you have to be ready with the name of your podcast.
Okay.
And your Twitch channel.
I gotta
Those
get
are
it
important.
I gotta get it together. Oh, finally! It takes forever for them to send a code. Let's see.
Who are you, really?
Who are you? Who? Okay, the channel is called Mike Podcast. MikePodcast, and I have 3 followers.
Okay, we'll change that.
And I followed you yesterday. I looked you up, so I should be in there. And I cannot figure out Twitch. Is the thing. That's my problem. Is
it takes a while. Oh, I found you!
Yay!
Oh, I have to hit follow right now.
Yeah, before you lose me. Because I tried uploading the podcast to it, and it doesn't really let you do it. It expects you to go live or something, and I don't get it. I'm old.
Okay, well, here's the deal. We're going to figure that all out when I interview you, and everybody's going to have something to say about that.
And they're going to teach me? They're going to...
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The only video game I've played recently was Asteroids in 1987, so it's been a little while.
It's been a little while.
Well, I think that is a start.
Okay.
Gaming, but you're not going to be gaming. You're going to be podcasting.
Okay.
And I have several podcasting friends, and I think they will steer you all in the right direction.
This is exciting. Okay.
Isn't it? I'm excited.
Yay. And then lovely lady friend who's not on any social media anywhere. I'll have to tell her all about it afterwards.
I see a picture of Basil.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
The late great Basil the boxer. Yes.
We were already. We were talking about Basil at dinner.
Oh.
We were like, oh, we were getting ready for the news.
His bark is heard at the beginning of every podcast. What's that?
Like, your shows have like 21 views. Like, somebody's listening to you.
That was a mistake. They meant to click something else. And they clicked that.
No, I can see this, and you can't. And it was the Focus show.
Oh, yeah. Focus got 20. And then the next one, Hurdles. That's me with Basil. Yeah. When we went to Half Moon Bay, and he was having trouble walking. Yeah.
Aww.
And I have some cartoons. You get to see Chely Shoehart and John Deere the engineers in there. Yeah. So, well, if someone can teach me how to do Twitch correctly, then I'll just get rid of all my social media. I'll cancel my website, mikesdailypodcast.com, and we can start the whole thing over again. And
I will tell you, I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary, and it is a wonderful community.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think you enjoyed the wonderful community here at Café Anyway and all the Café Anyway characters and lovely lady friend stopping by. And thank you, lovely lady friend, for being on the show, too.
What a joy that was.
Oh, thank you.
We have to stay in touch.
Absolutely. And I'm serious. I would love to. We'll try to make it happen to see you on in May.
Yes, Mike Matthews, Matthew Michaels.
Yep. We were actually talking about that last night. We're like, oh, we should totally go up to Seattle. I've never been. I've driven through, but I've never been.
So May 18, it's a Saturday night.
May 18.
Okay. It's a small little restaurant, all ages restaurant and bar, which sounds crazy, but it's like near the waterfront in Edmonds. And it should be a really nice little show. 2 hours of music.
Love it.
And you remember Darren?
I'll see you there.
Let's do this.
Yes. Do you remember Darren McPeak?
Yes.
He's up in further north, but just north of Vancouver, up there in kind of near Banff. He's on the radio on a station called Mountain FM up there.
Oh.
So
I do remember. What do I remember about Darren? I remember. I just remember a lot of banter from you folks downstairs because I was upstairs.
Banter.
Mike
is laughing his butt off.
I was the traffic gal.
Yes, that's right. You took care of traffic, as in like commercials, making sure all the commercials were put in there correctly. Do you remember that one guy that did the morning show that was really full of himself? Not Darren, somebody else, but
yes, I do.
And then I ended up working with him for a while here, for over 10 years here in the Bay Area. Yeah, he got let go, let's just say.
Okay, let's just say that.
Then he goes on LinkedIn saying, "Oh, they tried to promote me," and I said, "No, not interested." No, they fired you.
Do you remember my boss?
Yes.
Mr. I'm not going to say it. But
yes, but I know who. Yes, who was big friends with the morning show guy that we were just aforementioning. Yes.
Yes, and he always came in a super fancy suit, and he always wanted me to get him a soy latte.
Oh my gosh!
Soy vanilla latte.
This guy looked a little like Benjamin Bratt. This guy, he was Mr. Good-looking guy. Yeah.
He was suits. He was the wannabe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yep.
Oh my goodness.
good riddance to him.
I would love to hear the stories you guys have to tell. You go way back. Yeah.
Do you have the one picture that I have of us?
Yes.
Michael Meth.
Where was that at?
That was at the whiskey show, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll have to show that to lovely lady friend. Yes, that's eons ago.
Please do. It's like you can see the happiness in our faces.
Yes.
Like the joy of being young and just out on the town.
But I was old then. I was old. I had the gray in my goatee then, and now it's all gray. But thank you, Irene.
You sound like a hippo.
Is that what that means? Okay, yes. I guess I'm a hippo.
I don't know. He inherited that name from high school. He in Washington. It's weird. They have.
Sorry, Twitch took over. I have to kill Twitch. Hold on. Twitch was. Oh, that was weird. Okay, why did he get the name Hippo?
Can't get rid of it. So he commandeered the name Great Hippo from his high school days, where he was on the varsity bowling team.
Oh,
wow!
What? Like, who has varsity bowling?
Bowling? Yeah, seriously.
Like,
wow.
Where are you from, lovely?
I grew up in the Bronx on the East Coast. Bronx, New York.
Yeah, have you heard of bowling as a high school sport? I had neither.
Maybe bowling in a different way in the Bronx. But no, not as a varsity sport.
Yeah, so can you just imagine me... he still has his bowling ball that has engraved Great Hippo, and then
oh my God, is he like Uncle Rico?
He has
from
his,
Napoleon Dynamite.
His varsity jacket.
Oh my God,
awesome!
So it's a real thing. Like, he didn't make it up, or he paid a lot of money to like make it up.
The Great Hippo. But why this particular name, this moniker?
It used to be a worse one that I can't.
Oh no.
Wow.
But it used to be worse, and to make it like I don't know, high school friendly, he changed it to Great Hippo, and then ever since high school, anything like a video game or any kind of show that we play together, any kind of, well, not for Air Supply obviously, but like any kind of, like, I am looking, there's probably 3 stuffed hippos in the room right now.
Aw, those are great animals, by the way. I love hippos. They're just amazing.
Yeah, well, they are everywhere here. And, oh, you guys, by the way, not that I'm assuming anything at all, but, I mean, we have, I'm afraid to go downstairs, but you guys don't have to be. There's a guest room down there in the studio if you needed to stay someplace.
Wow.
Oh.
And it's safe now to go down there for people?
But for, like, yeah.
I'll just avoid the
you can
instruments.
avoid
Unless I'm playing them. Unless I'm rocking
What?
out. Unless I'm rocking out on the instruments, playing them.
Yeah, I have 2 keyboards down there for you to rock out on.
Oh, wow.
And sing.
I'm going to go full on Howard Jones.
Yes, please do. And also, did you share with lovely lady how I recorded your album?
You know what? So my mom passed away 2 years ago now, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And we had to go through her house, and I found your CD, Irene, the one that you recorded of me.
Oh.
And amidst all the, the terribleness of having to fly across the country and take care of such a horrible situation. And I find the CD and I pop it in and we start listening to me. I go, this is me. And Irene Pena recorded me in her bedroom.
You did the artwork and we made it I took a picture of your artwork. And we made it an official CD, like a whole thing.
What was that recording? You had a really high-tech recording device that you sat on your bed. That was that recording device, some kind of digital thing.
Yeah, I still have it.
You do? Oh wow.
Goodness. I do. We could do another one.
Oh, my goodness.
Irene's
Let's do another one.
Bedroom record. You should start the recording studio.
Bedroom recordings with Irene.
Yes. Let's do another one.
All right. Yes, that'll be fun. Wow. Well, if people want to call me and chime in about how great Irene is, or lovely lady friend, or Greg Proops, here's the number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Did you hear how awesome that was? Oh, now it's all echo. What's going on? It's like it's a recording studio. Woo!
Oh my God. So you'd be used to it when you come downstairs and visit the basement with 2 keyboards and the microphones everywhere. And
no one ever is to blame.
That's true.
Thank you.
I don't know. Sometimes you can blame people.
Thank you, Irene.
Yes.
Thank you, friend.
So nice to meet you, Irene, and I would love to meet you in person.
But make it happen.
Yes.
Just make it happen.
That's right. Quit your yapping and make it happen. And with more ways to reach me and find out more about Irene, because we did a bunch of interviews with her in the past as well, which you can find in the interview section. If you click on the hamburger at the top left-hand side of the web page, all that, more information, A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!